What up, party people? What up, boys and girls? This is Chef, New Zealand Murder History Podcast. So how you guys doing today? Well, good. I'm also good. Pretty tired, but, not bad. And I just came out here to the lovely Mai Tai Valley because I wanted to tell you guys a story. And frankly, I was parked in the middle of town telling the story. And this lady was kind of giving me looks like, why is that guy filming my car? I mean, I don't know what was going on in her head, but I think that's what was going on in her head. And I was like, this lady thinks I'm filming her car. I better get out of here. So I cut the video and decided to come up here, film this lovely bush nature instead. I don't have a whole scripted podcast for you guys today. It's just story time. It's quite a nasty story, though, like most of my stories. Most of the content on this channel. So yeah, anyone who's maybe doesn't feel like listening to some animal cruelty kind of stuff, yeah, probably best to click off. Kids, click off. You don't want to hear this. And yeah, if you need support, contact your local doctor, GP, or call one of the many 0800 numbers available. Now here's the thing. Wolf Dog wasn't a bad dog. In fact, Wolf Dog was a good little girl, but she just wasn't really ever supposed to be in New Zealand. Alright, long story short. The first time I met Wolf Dog, I went up to feed Wolf Dog at a house I'd never been to before. And I went with this girl who was awful, but at the time she was a friend of mine. So at the time of the story she was a friend, but she's truly awful. That's neither really here nor there. Anyway, we show up to feed Wolf Dog or put some water in her bowl, whatever we were doing. No, it was feed the dog and put water in the bowl. Anyway, this husky's chained up. And it's not a particularly big husky, but it has this look in its eyes. And you look at this dog and you just know that dog is not a regular dog. That dog, I mean, it wasn't a bad dog. There was nothing nasty about it. It just didn't care about the rules of New Zealand, humanity, all that kind of stuff. Was not bothered about that. So this girl I'm with, my friend at the time, we'll call her Awful Twat. Awful Twat goes to unchain Wolf Dog, and I'm like, no, don't take the chain off that dog. If you take the chain off that dog, it's going to do something crazy, something weird. Oh no, it'll be fine. So, of course, she takes the chain off the dog. The dog just bolts straight to the neighbor's place, nails one of their chickens. This is like in under 10 seconds. It's just like, I mean, Wolf Dog was good at what it did. Wolf Dog was good at what she did, you know. Yeah, she wasted this chicken real quick. And then Awful Twat's going to me, quick, save the chicken, save the chicken. You can't save that chicken. The chicken just got Wolf Dog, that's it. Chicken's done. Wolf Dog's win a chicken dinner. Anyway, this is what I mean. Wolf Dog wasn't a bad dog because I went to go get the chicken off Wolf Dog and Wolf Dog just gave up her prey, her kill, as if to be like, hey, look how smart I am. I caught you a chicken. Here you go. I mean, the dog didn't know me from a bar of soap. Like, I'm surprised it didn't try to defend the chicken it just killed. I mean, it wasn't... Anyway, so I grabbed the chicken and I'm like, okay, great. I didn't even bother telling Wolf Dog off because I've literally just met this dog. Its owner's not even here. And I'm just like, okay. So I take the chicken and long story short, I go for a little drive in my car and I threw it in some bushes. Well, you know, I put it in the bushes and I didn't exactly bury it under the ground, but I more or less buried the flippin' chicken. And that was it. Done. End of story. But it didn't end there. The second time I met Wolf Dog. Okay, so now Awful Twat's not with me. It's just me. And I went back to my mate's place. Problem was, again, the owner of the dog isn't there. So now I'm on this property and I'm just walking around all casual. And then I look up and I see the dog looking straight back at me. Now, this freaked me out for a couple of reasons. First of all, if a dog is home alone, like its master isn't there, and you walk onto its property, most dogs are going to start barking like crazy because they don't really want a confrontation. And well, it's just what they're supposed to do, you know, they bark so the owner can hear, they bark so they're saying, hey, look, you're not supposed to be here, go away, or for what, you know, I don't, dogs bark. It's just a fact of life. But this dog did not bark, not once. This is what I mean. Wolf dog was a bit special. And it's just looking back at me with these super hardcore eyes, calculating my every move. And I'm looking back at it like it knew it gave me a fright. Like it seen the look. Like this thing was intelligent. It was no dumbass dog. It was a smart, really, really smart dog. Anyway, the dog's looking back at me. And then I realize it's on the chain. I'm like, okay, it's not going to run up and bite me or anything. It's on the chain. So I talk to it and I'm like, oh, doggy dog says, good dog, I love you, you're a good girl. And the dog just mimics exactly what I'm doing. It's just like, maybe woof woofs a little, but it's not barking. It's just like, yay, I'm a stupid puppy, I love you too. Because, anyway, this is what it did, you know. But the whole game is the dog wants you to take it off the chain. Which of course is a bad idea. But equally, I'm on the property, the owner isn't there. And although the dog is smart and it can tell I'm not there to rob the house or anything crazy, I'm just there, it's still a dog defending its own property. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't even, because typically you would go up and say hi to the dog, and I did end up doing so. But I'm tossing it up in my head. I'm thinking, man, if I go over to that dog and say hi to it and it bites me, it's well within its rights to do so because I'm on its property and its owner's not there. I mean, you know, you can't really reason with a dog. You just act cool and the dog's cool. Well, it depends which dog, I suppose. But anyway, long story short, I go up to Wolf Dog and I'm like, it's a good girls. Hello. And I'm like giving it my hand. It's like sniffing my hand. It's licking my hand. And now I know I'm all good. And I just sit there with Wolf Dog for a minute. Pat Wolf Dog. Wolf Dog wants me to let her off the chain, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I might have got her a fresh bowl of water or something. Can't really remember. Anyway, long story short. That's number 2. Now, the last time I met Wolf Dog, was whack because none of this was Wolf Dog's fault. Now I'm at the house. Wolf Dog's there. This time the owner of the house is there. And there's this big stupid puppy. And I call it stupid. It's not stupid. It's just, it doesn't have the same intelligence as Wolf Dog. It was literally a puppy, but it was a big puppy. And it was a Rottweiler. So it's like, well, you know what a Rottweiler is. It's a big, you know, fairly intimidating dog. I mean, this dog wasn't intimidating. It was like a big marshmallow. I mean, it was really nice, but it was still a pretty big, sort of freaky looking dog. But then once you sort of knew it or you hung out with the dog for a minute, you could tell it was a puppy. It was just, I don't know, about 1 year old or something like that, but pretty big. And Wolf Dog's tied up because Wolf Dog's always tied up because you can't untie Wolf Dog because you don't know what it's going to do. And this big puppy was jumping all over Wolf Dog. And I looked at it and Wolf Dog looked back at me and she was saying, you've got to do something. I hate this thing. I'm going to kill it. And I'm sort of looking back at Wolf Dog like, oh, this is bad. And then my mate's girlfriend's, she's not really sorting her dog out. You should really go and take charge of a situation like that because it can turn into a dog fight like that. But the problem is, well, see, the thing is, Wolf Dog would have smashed that puppy in a fight, but Wolf Dog equally didn't want to fight the puppy. It just wanted the puppy to leave it alone. The puppy was challenging her for top dog, is what it was doing. So she's like jumping all over her, and Wolf Dog's still chained up, so she can't really move away or anything. And I was just whacking. Anyway, my mate's girlfriend's like, "Stop it! Get off her!" Blah blah blah. But she's not really just going and grabbing the thing. I was there. I should have gone and grabbed the stupid puppy. Because I could see that Wolf Dog was not happy about it. But I didn't, because I felt like, well, neither one of these dogs are my dogs. This lady should sort it out, but she's not. Anyway, the indecision ended up costing Wolf Dog because, well, my mate ends up, okay, so anyway, long story short, everyone leaves. It was just fast forward an hour and a half, whatever. Visit's over, everyone's leaving. Yeah, but the puppy is still on the property, and Wolf Dog is chained up, but then my mate unchains her because he's sick of seeing the dog chained up all the time. He doesn't want the dog to be chained up all its life. So he unchains the dog and he's like, "Wait, chef, keep an eye on the dog. I'll be back. I'm just going down the dairy and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I went to go smoke a cigarette up back, because I smoked cigarettes about 4 years ago. I gave up. So the story must be about 4.5 years old. Anyway, I went to go have a cigarette. Didn't really think much about Wolf Dog. And I think to myself, but hang on a minute, was that dog? I went back down. Wolf Dog's gone. She gave me the slip like that, you know. Like I said before, the dog was smart, man. It was no dumb dog. She was always looking for the gap. She got a gap that day. She went down. She took the puppy with her. Wolf Dog and the puppy went and killed a goat. Ripped its throat out. Wolf Dog did. The puppy just sort of watched. Blood everywhere. Little kids screaming. See, the thing is, I know why Wolf Dog done that. She was showing that puppy, you are not top dog. I'm top dog. You think you can jump over me while I'm on the chain? Yeah, well, check this out. Can you kill a goat? Because I can. Rawr. That's why she killed the goat. Oh, and it was just what she's supposed to do. It's a wolf dog. You can't teach it to be a dog. It's a wolf. It's supposed to be running around in the Arctic. I don't know what it's supposed to do. It eats penguins and goes hunting. It hunts. It hunts and it pulls sleds full of, I don't know what do we say Inuit now? I heard Eskimo's racist these days, but, yeah, the Aboriginals up in the Arctic Circle, yeah, it pulls them around in sleds, you know, all day. That's what it's supposed to do. See, huskies, they've got hollow fur, which gives them a lot of extra heat, and they're not really supposed to be in New Zealand. And if you do own a husky in New Zealand, you have to walk it at least 4 times a day. They're not suitable pets. They're just not. Yeah. So the Grey District Council came and seized Wolf Dog to be destroyed. And that was the last time I ever saw Wolf Dog. But she was cool though. Alright, that's my story. Have a good day, everybody. All the best. Chef.